Good morning, everybody. My name is miahtheking, and at the very start, let me say that we all have something in common. You don't know what I'm going to say, and neither do I. Today we're taking a look at a game that came out at like 2 in the morning last night. Frickin' jerks. I have a family. I had plans for today. I don't have the ability to just stay up that late to review your frickin' game. I had to take my kids to an award presentation for them today. So that's why this video is super late. I just hope that you people out there still watch it, and I'm sorry that it's late in the first place. Anyway, this game is called Nobody the Turnaround. I don't know anything about it, like, at all. It's a life simulator, I think. It's in early access, and it's selling for $25 American. And it was developed by Uground Game Studio and published by Thermite Games. Huh, guess I did know a little bit about it. But whatever, let's get into this and find out if it's worth our time and money. So first off, we're starting with the main game. Okay, so basically you play this young man whose daddy got into some debt and then ran off. So you take over his debt from the bad guys who force you to pay it back, or they'll put your sister into prostitution. At least, that's what I was getting from it. You play in an alternate reality of Earth, and I believe you're in China somewhere. I think. It's a very Chinese and everything, you know, way of talking, language, etc., etc. Which I'm fine with, as long as the translation to English is fine. So, that's the big question. Is it? Well, as far as I can see, yes. Yes, it is. I never saw any badly translated anything, which is phenomenal. But, yeah, that's the game. You basically have to go around getting odd jobs, and you collect pay and experience for different things, which help you get better at other different things, all in the hopes of trying to pay back that debt. So first off, that I really liked was the graphics. It's kinda depressing, which is exactly the point. The art style is unique and interesting to stare at, not lacking in detail or color, but rather drawing your attention away from them with its somber mood. It's really well done, and I just gotta praise it a bunch because it's an art style meant to make you feel the hopelessness and depressing nature of the game, and it pulls it off quite well. Then you've got the sound effects. The music is great for background noise. The ambiance around the city is appropriate. The voice acting sounds good, even if I can't understand what they're saying. And overall, the sound of music was just really nice to listen to. Of course, I have to make mention of the translation into English. I didn't see any errors, as I mentioned briefly earlier, but I wanted to make a formal mention that the translation is really on point. Fantastic job here, because I have seen games like this come out where the translation and the user interface were so bad that it was almost impossible to play. Not so here. Thank goodness. Then, you've got the length of time and possible replayability. Now, the game is in early access, so it's not finished yet, and it's going to have some issues, but I didn't run into any bugs or glitches. And from the beginning, it looks like there are either different game modes or different stories or something, different ways to start. I couldn't click on any of them, so I don't really know. It shows great promise, though. As for the length, well, it more than justifies its price tag from the possible length of playtime. I mean, I've been playing for an hour, and even though I feel like I've done a lot, technically, I haven't done a lot. So, you know, there's definitely length there. And then you've got the gameplay itself. It's challenging, but not too challenging. It's depressing, but not hopeless. And it's really well done. So you basically walk around town looking for ways to make money. You have an inventory screen, a character screen, a level up screen, a journal for like questing, and then you've got like an information, what do you call it? An information thing that gives you all the information about stuff you might need to know. Along with all that stuff, your clothes may get dirty, so you'll have to go wash them, but you can't obviously walk around naked, so first you're going to have to buy some new clothes so you can put your old ones in the wash. This is really well done. You have a food meter, a mood meter, a sleep meter. Keep all of those high or you'll find yourself awake in the middle of the night spending 50 monies on alcohol to cure your depression. I don't know what kind of currency they use. Sorry for not being more knowledgeable, so I'm just going to call it monies because we all understand monies. Anyway, there's a ton of stuff you can do here. You can manually play the minigames for the jobs or have it be automatic. I always do it the first time to see what it is and enjoy it before I do auto the rest of the time. There are also minigames for things like gambling, arcade-style games like ring toss and shooting balloons, and honestly, I could keep going. There's even a dog you can pet that improves your mood. I mean, that's awesome. You can also collect bottles. I think I wrote that down here somewhere, that you can collect bottles. Yeah, okay. Ignore that. We're going forward. The gameplay was a lot of fun. Manage your status bars appropriately, manage your time appropriately, and there it is! Collect bottles. You can turn in for money appropriately. And just try to scrape by and earn enough money for your daily debt payment interest. The next thing I really appreciated is the fact that the game has a tutorial. Kinda, sorta. It doesn't actually have a tutorial because it doesn't really need one. Instead, when something new pops up that you need to know, the game just gives you a tooltip pop-up at that point in time, in very basic, very simple, telling you what to do and how. And it's every time, and well, I never once didn't know what I was doing, so it must have been well done. Thank you very much for that, game devs. And then the price tag is the last thing I need to mention. When you consider everything you're getting in this game, at the quality it's currently at, the fact that it isn't even done yet, and just everything involved, the game's early access price tag of $25 is ridiculously perfectly priced. You are not getting screwed over here. That price tag, excuse me, that price tag is almost perfect. At $30, this would be a perfect price tag. That's right, viewers, I almost never do this, but these game devs are actually selling their games short by $5 or $10. It's worth it this time. You never hear me do that. You never hear me say that they need to be charging more for their game, which means you know they're doing something right here. Okay, so that's all the good I can think about the game. Now get ready, because I'm about to shout some bads at you. It's too hard. Okay, that's not really a bad. It's kind of the point of the game. Trying really hard to think of something negative. Oh, the Chinese chess game has no tutorial and it's really hard. And, yeah, that's all I got. I honestly couldn't find any other negatives during my playthrough. I mean, maybe it's that it's a little slow. You have to be patient, and it's really, you know, in depth with the immersion. So if you're not looking to get attached or put in the time, then this might not be what you're looking for. But I was really racking my brain trying to nitpick and find things, anything, that either I didn't like or that were broken or not working. I didn't even run into a bug or a glitch. Like, nothing. My biggest complaint is that it's an early access and it's not finished yet. But that's about it. It's actually a really freaking good game. It is so well done, even for an early access game. When I talk about early access games and how they can be good, and that being early access isn't an excuse for shoddy craftsmanship, games like these are the ones that prove that I'm right. Games can be released in early access, unfinished, and not broken piles of poopy. And here's the proof. So, let's be honest here. Overall, if you're not looking for a survival hardcore game like this, then obviously you won't like it. It's just about survival on the streets, doing odd jobs and playing little mini games and just managing your stats trying to survive. There's no running, there's no shooting, there's no fighting. Hell, there's not even a lot of drama or anything else. It's just a survival simulator that's more real. So if that's not what you're looking for, then this game is not for you. But if you're even a little bit interested while going into this, knowing what it is, then this game is not a bad choice. I know on Steam it's saying mixed reviews, but the only 2 negative thumbs downs that I were able to find was about the Chinese chess game. So then, just don't play it. I did it the first time, lost, completed the quest, wasted 5 monies, and went about my day. I don't see why people are getting so obsessed with it. Just go get another job or something. I was really enjoying myself, guys. Even though it's a depressing game, I was actually enjoying myself. I highly recommend everybody try to give this game a shot. It's worth its asking price, definitely. And if anything I've said or anything you've heard sounds interesting, then give it a try. It's hard but not too hard, depressing but not lacking hope, and it's got a fun, addictive, repetitive style of gameplay. So, yeah, give it a shot. I recommend it. But that's all the time I got for this episode, everybody. Super sorry it took me so long to put out the video, but I hope you guys watch it and enjoy it anyway. Thanks for tuning in. Go support this game. It's worth it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.